Good morning. I hope that wasn't too abrupt of a change. This Texas weather sure does like to change a lot, and it's making my voice a little bit. So I got my lemon juice ready. Oh, let me plug in my laptop. It's telling me, feed me. I'm running out of juice. And I don't think lemon juice will work. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it and I can feel it. Nothing like fresh squeezed lemon juice in the morning to get your motors revved up, right? Just trying to cut down on some of that phlegm that will start to build up when I start to read. On that note, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Today is March 1st, 2020. It's now 7:26 a.m. Yeah, it took me a while to get ready this morning. It took me a while. Let me check in with my chat. The early bird, the whiz. Good morning, it's March. Yes, happy March, everybody. You see I have on my green. Green for growth, green for spring, green for St. Patty's if you celebrate it. But yeah, I got my green on. Katat and Cook and Mama's Homestead. Good morning, be blessed. Thank you, Laverne Dursey. Good morning. Life of Key. Good morning, 40 fam. March Madness. That too. I forgot about that. I don't watch TV. I don't watch sports, but I do know what it is. March Madness is uh, what do you call it? The stacks? Not the stacks. I can't remember what it is, but it's baseball, basketball related. I do know that. St. Patrick's Month. Good morning, all. I ran to the crock pot. I'm making pulled pork sandwiches today. Yummy. That sounds really good. Um, I'm gonna be able to start using my crock pot now because of some changes that I've made, and I'm gonna start easing back into my kitchen too. So that's a good idea. Go away, phlegm. Go away, phlegm. Actually, a Cuban. Okay, so that would be like the mustard and the pickles and something else on French bread. Hit the like button. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Two likes with five in the room. Show some love, people. I didn't even see how many people are in the room yet. You have a new background intro. I did. If you've watched some of my videos lately, you know I'm kind of disputing a claim against my intro song, which is something that I paid for on the same software that I've used in the past. Anyways, long story short, this is YouTube music. Download it from YouTube and from another source uh, that gives permission. So if somebody wants to come and tell me that that's their song, they gotta talk to YouTube this time. Change is good, change is good. I'm making a lot of changes lately, you guys. A lot of it is uncomfortable, but at the same time necessary, and I'm trying to adapting. Oh, March is March in with the lion out like a lamb, or is that April and May? March in like a lion. Well, anyways, something seasonal. In celebration of March, we're going to do something special today. We're going to read the Bible because that's what I do in the morning times because that's my New Year's resolution, and I resolve to stay resolute. I used it two different times. I resolve to stay resolute to finish what I said I was going to do. So here we go. We got the New Believers Bible Compact Version. First Steps for New Christians. Yesterday I switched it up for y'all just a little bit. I brought home my study Bible, which is very similar, uh, but it's slightly different. Very similar, and I thought I'd just check it out. Y'all let me know if y'all notice a difference between how it sounds versus this one. Neither one of them are our original, like classical King James type of writing, but they're very similar. So I thought I'd switch that up. Let me see, where are we? Numbers. Okay, so Numbers. This is the end of week 9. 9 weeks of reading the Bible. Tomorrow starts week 10. In week 9, I'm at Numbers 7 through 9. Numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Disciples. Oh no, what did I say yesterday? Apostles. That's my childhood. That's old Sesame Street. If nobody figured that out yesterday when I did it, like what's this corny song that she's singing? It was Sesame Street. All right, let me do a quick screen share. Screen share so y'all can see what is going on. What's going on? Okay, this is Diane Stortz's A Woman's Guide to Reading the Bible in a Year. It's a devotion. It's not a devotional, really. Well, I guess you could call it, because it does have some like scriptures to meditate on. Oh no, it doesn't. Anyways, this is the guide that I'm using. This is the cover. If you want to look for it yourself, this is my digital download through Kindle. I got it through Amazon, and this is where we're at. We are in week 9. Let me go back real quick to the one page ahead. The overall theme of this week is ready and waiting. Ready and waiting. In the second half of his gospel, that was earlier this week, Luke continues to emphasize that the gospel, the good news of the kingdom of God, is for the whole world, not just for the Jews. Luke spotlights Jesus' conflict with Jewish leaders over thinking they could get into the kingdom on their own merits. Chapter 19 records Jesus entering Jerusalem at the beginning of the week in which he would be crucified. After his death and resurrection, as he was getting ready to return to heaven, Jesus told his disciples to wait in Jerusalem for the coming of the Holy Spirit. And here we are now. The book of Numbers records important events during the nearly 40 years the Israelites traveled and camped around the wilderness of Sinai before the second generation finally entered Canaan, the promised land. The first 9 chapters describe a census God commanded, as well as the orderly organization of the Israelite camp. The detailed list and numbers in these chapters can sound tedious, sometimes, but to Israelites living in the ancient world, this record would have had the sound of a glorious celebration of all God had accomplished. And so, yeah, we are at Numbers 7 and 9. Which, like I said, should catch us up for this week's reading, which is week 9 of reading the Bible. If today is 7, yesterday would have been 6, 5, and 4. All right, so let me do a quick recap. Let me check in. Okay. All right, let me do a recap. So yesterday was chapters 4, 5, and 6. I had the hardest time pronouncing this word or this name, Kohathite. I'm like, who are the Kohathites? But I got to remember every time there's a ite, I-T-E, ite, at the end of a word, it's somebody's name, you know. So if I had a descendants, they would be the Kenyaites or the Kenyites. I just have to take off that end part and remember, oh, that's somebody's name. And then I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so's son. So the duties of the Kohathite clan was the people that came from Kohath. And then there were the Gershonite clans and the Merarite. Merarite. Gershonite. Kohathite. So within the Levites, which were the priestly people, the people that were set aside to do the priestly duties, within that group, there were the Kohathite clan in chapter 4. They had their own thing they were supposed to do, which was okay, so the Israelites are on their way to the promised land, and they're moving slowly but steadily across large distances. So they have to set up camp, set up the tabernacle, break down the tabernacle, break down the camp, move on. Set up the camp, set up the tabernacle, break down the tabernacle, break down the camp, move on. And so there are certain people who are dedicated to do this specific thing. And that was the Kohathite clan. The Kohathite clan were the people responsible for, okay, we're getting ready to move on. You guys break these things down, carefully wrap them, and make sure they are wrapped in a certain way so they don't get damaged. And then it went through the details of what they were supposed to use. The Gershonite clan were the people who were responsible for carrying the loads. Of course, they couldn't go into the tabernacle. The priest basically had to give them what needed to be done already wrapped up, so that because they were not pure enough to go in. But anyway, if you want to know the details, read chapter 4 of Numbers. Read chapter 4 of Numbers. So the Gershonites were responsible for carrying. The duties of the Merarite people, they also did carrying, but they did carrying of specific stuff like the framework and the crossbar and the pegs and things that kept things in solid ground. Chapter 5 was talking about purity in Israel's camp. And let's see, purity in the camp, talking about skin diseases again, certain discharges from the body, not touching dead bodies, and what else? Marital faithfulness was covered, and there was like a whole process if a man felt like his wife was unfaithful, or if he knew that she was unfaithful, a thing that they could, do in front of the priest for God to decide is she or is she not. And the breakdown, see, that's why I'm glad I read that in the Quest Bible, because this doesn't say anything but, it doesn't give any other background information. This gave background information like, well, why was the man, why was a woman only going through this process, and why this and why that. That's why I like this, because there's a lot of why, what, how, who in this one, and that was perfect timing. They broke it down as far as the man's place and woman's place, and domestic violence issues and things like that were put into place to protect the woman. So that's what that was describing in that Bible. Let's see. Oh, it also talked about the Nazarite laws in chapter 6, and what the Nazarites, who the Nazarites were, how they were supposed to live, how they were supposed to live their life and present themselves, what they could and couldn't eat. Let's see. There was the priestly blessing, and that's it. That was 4, 5, and 6 of yesterday. Today I am going back to the original, well, not the original, but the Bible that I started reading. Unless I hear otherwise, and you guys like the extras that this one offers, I'm just going to keep reading from this one. All right, now that we're all caught up, when we all get together, the happier we'll be. I don't know where that came from. Something me saying, now that we're all caught up, I was going to sing that part too. Just don't mind me. Just listen. Chapter 7. Am I at chapter 7? Yes, 7, 8, and 9. Chapter 7, the Book of Numbers. This, we're going to start off talking about offerings of dedication. All right, offerings of dedication. On the day Moses set up the tabernacle, he anointed it and set it apart as holy. He also anointed and set apart all its furnishings and the altar with its utensils. Then the leaders of Israel, the tribal leaders who had registered the troops, came and brought their offerings. Together they brought 6 large wagons and 12 oxen. There was a wagon for every 2 leaders and an ox for each leader. They presented these to the Lord in front of the tabernacle. Then the Lord said to Moses, receive their gifts and use these oxen and wagons for transporting the tabernacle. Distribute them among the Levites according to the work they have to do. So Moses took the wagons and oxen and presented them to the Levites. He gave 2 wagons and 4 oxen to the Gershonite division for their work, and gave 4 wagons and 8 oxen to the Merarite division for their work. All their work was done under the leadership of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. But he gave none of the wagons or oxen to the Kohathite division, since they were required to carry the sacred objects of the tabernacle on their shoulders. And I did come up with a picture of that. I wonder if I got rid of it. Kohathite. I might do a quick screen share for that. Now remember, like I said, these people weren't actually able to go into the they were not actually able to go into the tabernacle and get it, but once everything was prepared and on the outside, They were. Yeah, do a screen share of this one. I think this is the one I came across. Uh-oh, computer's acting cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. There we go. Just so y'all can get a visual of what was going on here. So everything's already wrapped up. Everything's already packed up, wrapped up, ready to go. And here are the people who are to be carrying it. Literally carrying it. Where am I in? Chapter 7. Verse 9. But he gave none of the wagons or oxen to the Kohathite division, since they were required to carry the sacred objects of the tabernacle on their shoulders. The leaders also presented dedication gifts for the altar at the time it was anointed. They placed each of their gifts before the altar. The Lord said to Moses, "Let one leader bring his gift each day for the dedication of the altar." On the first day of Nahshon, son of Amminadab, leader of the tribe of Judah, presented his offering. On the first day of Nahshon, son of Amminadab, leader of the tribe of Judah, presented his offering. Okay. His offering consisted of a silver platter weighing 3¼ pounds as a silver basin, weighing 1¾ pounds as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offering of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a 1-year-old lamb for a burnt offering, and a male goat for a sin offering. For a peace offering he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 1-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Nahshon, son of Amminadab. On the second day, Nathanael, son of Zuar, leader of the tribe of Issachar, presented his offering. His offering consisted of a silver platter weighing 3¼ pounds and a silver basin weighing 1¾ pounds as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a golden container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a 1-year-old male lamb for burnt offering, and a male goat for a sin offering. For a peace offering he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and the 5 1-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Nathanael, son of Zuar. On the third day, Eliab, son of Helon, leader of the tribe of Zebulun, presented his offering. His offering consisted of a silver platter weighing 3¼ pounds and a silver basin weighing 1¾ pounds, and as measured by weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a 1-year-old male lamb for a burnt offering, and a male goat for a sin offering. For a peace offering he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 1-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Eliab, son of Helon. On the fourth day, oh my goodness, how long does this go on? On the fourth day, Elizur, son of Shedeur, leader of the tribe of Reuben, presented his offering. His offering consisted of, I feel like I'm doing the 12 days of Christmas because I'm looking at a pattern. It's all the exact same thing. But let's see if you pick that out. A silver platter weighing 3¼ pounds and a silver basin weighing 1¾ pounds as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a 1-year-old male lamb for burnt offering, and a male goat for a sin offering. For a peace offering he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 one-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Elazar, son of Shedeur. On the 5th day, Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai, leader of the tribe of Simeon, presented his offering. His offering consisted of a silver platter, weighing 3/4 pounds, and a silver basin, weighing 1 3/4 pounds, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a one-year-old male lamb for burnt offering, and a male goat for sin offering. For a peace offering, he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 one-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai. On the 6th day, Eliasaph, son of Deuel, leader of the tribe of Gad, presented his offering. His offering consisted of a silver platter, weighing 3/4 pounds, as a silver basin, weighing 1 3/4 pounds, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, a one-year-old male lamb for burnt offering, and a male goat for sin offering. For a peace offering, he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 one-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Eliasaph, son of Deuel. On the 7th day, Elishama, son of Amminahud, leader of the tribe of Ephraim, presented his offering. His offering consisted of a silver platter, weighing 3/4 pounds, and a silver basin weighing 1 3/4 pounds, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also bought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, a one-year-old male lamb for burnt offering, and a male goat for a sin offering. For a peace offering, he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 one-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Elishama, son of Ammihud. On the 8th day, Gamaliel, son of Pedahzur, leader of the tribe of Manasseh, presented his offering. His offering consisted of a silver platter, weighing 3/4 pounds, and a silver basin, weighing 1 3/4 pounds, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour, moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, a one-year-old male lamb for a burnt offering, a male goat for a sin offering. For a peace offering, he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 one-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Gamaliel, son of Pedahzur. On the 9th day, Abidan, son of Gideoni, leader of the tribe of Benjamin, presented his offering. His offering consisted of a silver platter, weighing 3/4 pounds, and a silver basin, weighing 1 3/4 pounds, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, a one-year-old male lamb for a burnt offering, and a male goat for sin offering. For a peace offering, he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 one-year-old male lamb. 5 one-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Abidan, son of Gideoni. On the 10th day, Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai, leader of the tribe of Dan, presented his offering. His offering consisted of a silver platter weighing 3/4 pounds, and a silver basin weighing 1 3/4 pounds, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, a 1-year-old male lamb for a burnt offering, and a male goat for sin offering. For a peace offering, he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 1-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai. On the 11th day, Pagiel, son of Okran, leader of the tribe of Asher, presented his offering. His offering consisted of a silver platter weighing 3/4 pounds and a silver basin weighing 1 3/4 pounds, as measured by the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a 1-year-old male lamb for a burnt offering, and a male goat for a sin offering. For a peace offering, he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 1-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Pagiel, son of Okran. On the 12th day, Ahira, son of Enan, leader of the tribe of Naphtali, presented his offering. Can you guess what it is? Let's find out. His offering consisted of a silver platter weighing 3/4 pounds and a silver basin weighing 1 3/4 pounds, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, a 1-year-old male lamb for a burnt offering, and a male goat for a sin offering. For a peace offering, he brought 2 bulls, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 1-year-old male lambs. This was the offering brought by Ahira, son of Enan. I told you that reminded me of the 12 days of Christmas. Because as I'm reading on and on, I'm like, they're bringing the same thing, which in itself is important. They're all bringing the exact same thing, weighing the exact same amount, the same types of offerings, the same types of sacrifices. So that's good to know. Yes, it was tedious. It was tedious because I'm like, wait a minute now. Am I reading the same thing? I am reading the same thing. The same exact thing was required of all of these tribes. So that was so each day for 12 days, each of these leaders of the tribes, Nahshon, Nathan. Well, let me see. The tribe of Judah, the tribe of Issachar, the tribe of Zebulun, the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Simeon, the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Ephraim, the tribe of Manasseh, the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Dan, the tribe of Asher, the tribe of Naphtali. Man, it goes a lot quicker when I just read the tribes. Yeah, and yes, those were the 12 tribes. So let me pop in and make sure I didn't miss anybody in the live stream. All right. Let's see. Yes, that's all watching. Hit the button. May you all have an amazing, blessed day. Thank you for stopping in, Katatin Cooking Mama. Thank you so much for spending time with me and listening. And for those listening on the replay, welcome, and I hope you enjoy today's reading of Numbers. I'm going to pick it back up in verse 84. I'm still in chapter 7. Wow. So this was the dedication offering brought by the leaders of Israel at the time the altar was anointed. 12 silver platters, 12 silver basins, 12 gold incense containers, each silver platter weighed 3 1/4 pounds, Each silver basin weighed 1 3/4 pounds. The total weight of the silver was 60 pounds, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. Each of the 12 gold containers that was filled with incense weighed 4 ounces, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. The total weight of the gold was 3 pounds. 12 young bulls, 12 rams, 12 one-year-old male lambs were donated for the burnt offerings, along with their prescribed grain offerings. 12 male goats were brought for the sin offerings. 21-year-old male lambs were donated for the peace offering. And this was the dedicated offering for the altar after it was anointed. Whenever Moses went into the tabernacle to speak with the Lord, he heard the voice speaking to him from between the 2 cherubim above the ark's cover, the place of atonement that rests on the ark of the covenant. The Lord spoke to him from there. Chapter 8. Preparing the lamps. The Lord said to Moses, "Give Aaron the following instructions. When you set up the 7 lamps in the lampstand, place them so that their light shines forward in front of the lampstand." So Aaron did this. He set up the lampstands so they reflected their light forward, just as the Lord had commanded. The entire lampstand, from its base to its decorative blossoms, was made of beaten gold. It was built according to the exact design the Lord had shown Moses. Okay, I don't see any images at all pertaining to this particular section, so I'll just go on. I was hoping I could have some visuals there. Let's see. Now we're in verse 5. Verse 5. The Levites are dedicated. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Now set the Levites apart from the rest of the people of Israel and make them ceremonially clean. Do this by sprinkling them with water of purification and have them shave their entire body and wash their clothing. Then they will be ceremonially clean. Have them bring a young bull and a grain offering of choice flour moistened with olive oil, along with the second young bull for sin offering. Then assemble the whole community of Israel and present the Levites at the entrance of the tabernacle. When you present the Levites before the Lord, the people of Israel must lay their hands on them." Raising his hands, Aaron must then present the Levites to the Lord as a special offering from the people of Israel, thus dedicating them to the Lord's service. Next, the Levites will lay their hands on the heads of the young bulls. Present one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering to the Lord to purify the Levites and make them right with the Lord. Then have the Levites stand in front of Aaron and his sons and raise your hands and present them as a special offering to the Lord. In this way, you will set the Levites apart from the rest of the people of Israel, and the Levites will belong to me. After this, they may go into the tabernacle to do their work, because you have purified them and presented them as a special offering. Of all the people of Israel, the Levites are reserved for me. I have claimed them for myself in place of all the firstborn sons of the Israelites. I have taken the Levites as their substitutes. For all the firstborn males among the people of Israel are mine, both people and animals. I set them apart for myself on the day I struck down all the firstborn sons of the Egyptians. Yes, I have claimed the Levites in place of all the firstborn sons of Israel. And of all of the Israelites, I have assigned the Levites to Aaron and his sons. They will serve in the tabernacle on behalf of the Israelites and make sacrifices to purify the people, so no plague will strike them when they approach the sanctuary. So Moses, Aaron, and the whole community of Israel dedicated the Levites carefully following all the Lord's instructions to Moses. The Levites purified themselves from sin and washed their clothes, and Aaron lifted them up and presented them to the Lord as a special offering. He then offered a sacrifice to purify them and make them right with the Lord. After the Levites went into the tabernacle to perform their duties, assisting Aaron and his sons. So they carried out all the commands that the Lord gave Moses concerning the Levites. The Lord also instructed Moses, "This is the rule the Levites must follow. They must begin serving in the tabernacle at the age of 25, and they must retire at the age of 50. After retirement, they may assist their fellow Levites by serving as guards at the tabernacle, but they may not officiate in the service. This is how you must assign duties to the Levites." And now, chapter 9. Make sure I check in with the live. All right. Chapter 9 of Numbers, Book of Numbers. The second Passover. A year after Israel's departure from Egypt, the Lord, that's a lot of work got done just in that first year. This is just a year. We got the movement, we got the organization, we got people organized, we got people with their duties and function, we got the purification, we got all the sacrifice stuff set up. Man, that's awesome. Okay, a year after Israel's departure from Egypt, the Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai. In the first month of that year, he said, "Tell the Israelites to celebrate the Passover at the prescribed time, at twilight, on the 14th day of the first month. Be sure to follow all my decrees and regulations concerning this celebration." So Moses told the people to celebrate the Passover in the wilderness of Sinai as twilight fell on the 14th day of the month. And they celebrated the festival there just as the Lord had commanded Moses. But some of the men had been ceremonially defiled by touching a dead body, so they could not celebrate the Passover that day. They came to Moses and Aaron that day and said, "We have become ceremonially unclean by touching a dead body, but why should we be prevented from presenting the Lord's offerings at the proper time with the rest of the Israelites?" Moses answered, "Wait here until I have received instructions for you from the Lord." This was the Lord's reply to Moses. "Give the following instructions to the people of Israel. If any of the people now or in the future generations are ceremonially unclean at Passover time because of touching a dead body, or if they are on a journey and cannot be present at the ceremony, they may still celebrate the Lord's Passover. They must offer the Passover sacrifice 1 month later, at twilight on the 14th day of the second month. They must eat the Passover lamb at that time with bitter salad greens and bread made without yeast. They must not leave any of the lamb until the next morning, and they must not break any of its bones. They must follow all the normal regulations concerning the Passover. But those who neglect to celebrate the Passover at the regular time, even though they are ceremonially clean and not away on a trip, will be cut off from the community of Israel. If they fail to present the Lord's offering at the proper time, they will suffer the consequences of their guilt. And if foreigners living among you want to celebrate the Passover to the Lord, they must follow these same decrees and regulations. The same laws apply both to native-born Israelites and to the foreigners living among you. Verse 15 talks about the fiery cloud. On the day the tabernacle was set up, the cloud covered it. But from evening until morning, the cloud over the tabernacle looked like a pillar of fire. This was the regular pattern. At night, the cloud that covered the tabernacle had the appearance of fire. Whenever the cloud lifted from over the sacred tent, the people of Israel would break camp and follow it. And whenever the cloud settled, the people of Israel would set up camp. In this way, they traveled and camped at the Lord's command wherever he told them to go. Then they remained in their camp as long as the cloud stayed over the tabernacle. If the cloud remained over the tabernacle for a long time, the Israelites stayed and performed their duty to the Lord. Sometimes the cloud would stay over the tabernacle only for a few days, so the people would stay only for a few days, as the Lord commanded. Then at the Lord's command, they would break camp and move on. Sometimes the cloud stayed only overnight and lifted the next morning, but day or night, when the cloud lifted, the people broke camp and moved on. Whether the cloud stayed above the tabernacle for 2 days, a month, or a year, the people of Israel stayed in camp and did not move on. But as soon as it lifted, they broke camp and moved on. So they camped or traveled at the Lord's command, and they did whatever the Lord told them through Moses. Lord, forgive me, but the first thing that comes to mind is when I move, you move, just like that. When I move, you move, just like that. Forgive me, Lord. But I mean, that's basically what was going on. When the Lord moved, the people moved. Not before, but right after. When I move, you move. That actually concludes today's reading. That was chapters 7, 8, and 9 of the book of Numbers. Of course, chapter 7 was a lot of detailed information about on certain days which tribes would present what items, which was all the same thing, as you can see. For 12 days, each of these tribes had something to present, which was all the platter and the basins, the grain and offerings, moistened with what? Olive oil. And then, of course, the sacrifices. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading. The beginning of that part, I was gonna be like, oh my goodness, how much longer? But I started to see the pattern, and actually, once I started to see the pattern, I actually got comfortable. Because at first, I'm like, I'm reading the same thing, but then the fact that it was the same thing was like, I don't know, it just made me feel comfortable. Like, okay, I'm understanding. I'm reading something different because I'm reading about different tribes, but they're all doing the same thing. We're all different tribes, but we're all doing the same thing. And what happened at the end? When I move, you move, just like that. When I move, you move, just like that. I just thought that was interesting. All right, everybody, have a great day. Let me give a shout out to my folks hanging out with me in the live stream, which would be the Wiz, who was the early bird, Katahdin Cooking Mama's Homestead, Laverne Dorsey, Life of Key. I don't think I missed anybody. If you're listening in on the replay, hello. Say hello. Give me a thumbs up. Say something in the comment section about something about what I read, something about what you read in Numbers, your understanding of it, any questions, comments, commentary, insights, understandings, interpretations. Let me know in the comment section. And I will see you guys in the next, well, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Because this is what I do every morning. This is what I do. This is what I do. Okay. Quick prayer for all of those. Today is the first day of March. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. Make the best of it. Enjoy it. Give thanks for it. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice. Rejoice. And be glad in it. Yes. Lots of changes. And all I ask, Lord, is that you strengthen me and help me to adapt well to the changes, so that I can live the best life I can live through you. And the same for all my viewers. Lord, you heard my prayers that I said last night for some people that were calling out in need. Lord, I pray that you just meet their needs as you see fit. You're able, you're capable. You know what's best for us. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this day. Amen. See y'all tomorrow. Yeah. See ya. Entrepreneur Drive 40, Entrepreneur Drive. Entrepreneur Drive 40, Entrepreneur Drive. Entrepreneur Drive 40, Entrepreneur Drive. Thanks for watching, share, like, and subscribe.